Now welcome back my dear class 12 student. Am I audible? Okay, we are actually there is some technical problem in camera. Good afternoon. Camera is not showing. Okay, just hold on. Now I hope you can see me. Can you see me? Okay. Okay, now we are going through the chapter issue of shares, and we have already discussed some of the important point, that is issue on premium, oversubscription and undersubscription. In the case of oversubscription, how pro rata basis allocation you can done. Now today's our topic is forfeiture of share. Forfeiture of share. What is forfeiture of shares? Now any shareholder who fails to pay the allotment money or call money, then what happen? Within a specified time of period, if any shareholder actually fails to pay the allotment money or call money within the specified period of time, after calls in area, suppose somebody fails to pay the next call also, then director has right to cancel his ownership, means the shares the person or the institution holding. So if any shareholder fails to pay the amount due on allotment or on any call within the specified period, the director may cancel his share. This is called forfeiture of shares. Now due to forfeiture of share, there is a company's article of association is there, and there these things should be mentioned, that if any shareholder fails to pay, we can forfeiture their share. These things should be mention, and 15 days notice should be given to that shareholder that your unpaid amount is that, and if you fail, then what happened? Image is not clear. Okay, it will be clear soon. Now, am I audible to you? You just listen, image is not important. You just listen first. Here is no problem still now, image is clear. There is no problem, hope you can see me very well. Now, the share can be forfeited only if the articles of association of the company allow them to forfeit it. If the articles of association is not allow, or anything is not mentioned in article of association of the company or particular company, then the company may not forfeiture the shares. Okay, so it is very necessary to mention in the article of association as per Companies Act 2013. Now, the unusual actually the usual procedure is that defaulting shareholder must be given a minimum of 14 days time. So, a notice or letter you should send that 14 days time period will be there. If you clear your unpaid amount, otherwise we will forfeit your shares. So, there is a 14 days notice period is there before forfeiting the shares of the shareholder. Okay. Now, our main concern is how we journalize when there is a forfeiture of shares. Now, first is forfeiture of shares which were issued at par. Forfeiture of shares forfeitures of shares which we issued at par. When there is no at par means there is no premium, we just issued at par value. Okay. Now, then what will be the journal you have to pass in the books in case of forfeiture. Now, forfeiture of shares is very important topic. In your board exam, you will definitely find a practical problem related with forfeiture of shares and pro rata. These two topics is very important in the issue of shares chapter. Now, what would be the journal entry? Now, share capital, whenever forfeiture of share happen, share capital account should be debited. Share capital account debited. How will debit that? That is number of share forfeited, number of shares forfeited multiplied by called up value. Called up value. I will discuss it very elaborately. Now, share capital account debit, then what happened? To share allotment account. Share allotment account. Share allotment account. If amount not received in allotment, amount not received in allotment, then to share call account. To share call account. Same thing, amount not received in column. Suppose share first call account. Now to share, this is first and final call, to share forfeiture account. What is the amount? Now amount received on application, allotment and call. Amount received on application, allotment and call. Now this is the journal entry you have to pass whenever there is a forfeiture of share will be happening. Sorry. Now why we debited the share capital account? Because we from the beginning of your 11th class you know share capital always balance is always carried. Whenever somebody invested their money in their business is called capital. So if we debited the capital means we are actually deducting the amount of capital. In case of forfeiture of share, we are, suppose there is a 100 share we actually forfeited, who is actually holding the share of 100. Now this 100 shares is actually contributed to the capital when the application money was received. Now we actually always credited the share capital account. Next entry, what actually happened? First entry, due entry, that is share allotment account debit to share capital. Then we receive the bank account debit to share allotment. Now whenever you due the share capital, this 100 share, now we forfeited that, so this should be debited. What amount we should debited? Now number of shares forfeited, suppose 100 share forfeited and called up value. What is called up value? Suppose anybody fails in the case of allotment. Now somebody fails in the case of call. Now suppose application money is 2, rupees 2 actually, rupees 2, allotment rupees 3 and call rupees 5, first and final call. So in this case, now you can see the application money is always we received, otherwise this person is not the shareholder of the company. Otherwise we are not received the application money, we cannot actually issue the share to the shareholder. So application money is never failed, this is we will receive always. So in the case application money will never fail, so there is no question of comes to application money, this we always receive. From the allotment, from the next call we actually allotment call, then first call or second final call. Sometimes it will happen one call only called by the company, that is first and final call. Now in case of allotment we cannot receive 100 shares. Now this allotment money is rupees 3 per share. So there he filling actually 300 rupees, and company decides that after filling the allotment money, the company directly decides this share should be forfeited. Now here what is the called up value? Here called up value is only 2. Okay. Here called up value is not 2, actually here called up value 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. So what call actually the company called for this 100 share? Application money called and allotment money also called. So this 5 rupees will be the called up value. If actually this person fails to pay in the call, then total 5 plus 3 plus 2 will be the called up value. Means 10 rupees is the called up value. Okay, so the number of share forfeited multiplied by called up value will be the debited. Now share allotment account. If amount not received in allotment, suppose the person failed in the case of when the allotment money is due, when the call for the allotment money he failed in here. Now this rupees 3 should be credited if he fails in case of allotment. But if he in case of allotment, he paid the allotment application also, allotment also, but he failed to pay the call money rupees 5, then we have to credit the shares call account, amount not received in call amount. Okay. And 2 share forfeiture mean amount received on application, allotment and call. What will be we forfeited? We forfeited whatever money we receive from this person, that is application money we always receive. Suppose allotment money also receive, but he actually failed in the call. So these 5 rupees should be forfeited. He will not return, as is the forfeiture of share means he will not return the money. This is the penalty for him. There is a punishment of it. Punishment, one type of punishment given by the company. This you fail the total call, and so that whatever money you have received by the company will be forfeited, and which money is yet not received, that should be credited to particular call, that is share allotment or share call. Application money is always received. Okay, so this is the main one entry you have to pass in case of shares you are actually in the case of forfeiture of shares. You will understand very easily that if we take a practical example. Through a practical example, if you learn that, then you will clearly understand. So in the case, I will taking a practical example. Just look how this is happening. We are taking a practical example in here. Now look. Suppose Gopal was holding 100 share of rupees 10 each of a company. Now Gopal, a person, is holding 100 shares at the rate of rupees 10. Okay, the face value of share is rupees 10, on which he paid what he paid actually, he paid rupees 3 on application, he paid rupees 2 on allotment, but could not pay rupees 2 on first call, First call he couldn't pay it, not paid in case of first call. So there is no question of second call, he just fell on first call, and company decide to forfeit it. The directors are very rigid, and shares of Gopal are forfeited after first call. Okay, then what will be the entry? Now if you see here, total shares is 100 share, whose face value is rupees 10. He just paid rupees 3 on application, rupees 2 on allotment, but total call, what the company actually called is, they call for the application, they call for the allotment, they call for the first call also. Okay, then what will be the total call up value? Total call up value is 3 plus 2 plus 2. Then what will be the entries? Share capital should be debited, share capital account debit. What will be the number of shares? Here number of share is 100 multiplied by total call up value, that is 3 plus 4, 3 plus 2 plus 2, that is 7. So 700 rupees should be capital, should be debited, because here though he didn't pay the first call, but company actually called for this also, only final call still not yet not called by the company. So whatever call made by the company, after that the actually he failed to pay, up to that call value you have to debited the share capital. Now next is where you are actually failing. You are failing in the case of first call. Now in the case of share first call, you are failing the amount. Now what is the to share first call account? That is 100, what will be the value? That is rupees 2, that is 200 will be credited, that is the credit value. Okay, 2 means credit, that is 200 you have to credit first. Then how much amount you will be forfeited? Whatever the amount he already given, that amount you have to forfeit, that is application money rupees 3 and allotment money rupees 2. So to forfeiture of share, forfeitures of shares, you can balance it. Balance sheet paper just come, I am just showing here, that is 100 share multiplied by 3 for application and 2 for allotment, that is 5, that is 500. So this is the entry. What will be the journal? 100 share forfeited, being 100 shares forfeited for non-payment of first call. Okay, what actually have done? Total call up value, how much call actually made by the company, first we will see, and what is the forfeiture share we will look forward. That is 100 share we forfeited. What is the total call up value by the company? That is they call for the application, they call for the allotment, they call for the first call. That amount should be debited first, that is share capital account. This is already credited, because first we due, then we pay. In the case of application, we just first time we actually take the amount and then we actually due the amount, capital is raised. Because application money there is no problem, always there should be receivable. Okay, and that should be always forfeited in the case of forfeiture share. That from next step, that is from allotment, they can be fail to pay. They can maybe fail to pay in the case of first call. They can may fail in the case of second final call. So up to what portion the company actually call the value call for, you have to look first. That is here they call for the first call. After first call they forfeited share. So up to that call up value you have to debit it. Okay, because if there is a suppose 10,000 shares total issued by the company and 100 shares is already forfeited after first call, then whenever we made the final call entry, we cannot take the 10,000. Why? Because already 100 share we forfeited, so we can deduct that and we will take the 9,900 share. So that's amount we are not taking here. We just whatever amount we actually call or credited by the capital, we are debiting that. Now share first call account also credited. Why? Because share first call account also debited. First call account debit to share capital. So here you have to credit this portion, that is first call amount, which is already forfeited. Okay. So this is 100 share. What is the first call value? This is rupees 2 we credited. And what shares we actually, what penalty actually given by this shareholder, that is called forfeiture of shares. That is already the amount he paid to the company, that is 3 on application, 2 on allotment. Only first call money here he actually failed to pay, and from there after that the company decide to forfeit his share. So up to that money he will not actually eligible to receive. A company make a punishment and forfeit its share and retained by the company, that is 3 plus 2, that is 5 rupees, and what is the total share? 100 actually forfeited share, so this is total 500. Okay. So this is the way you have to make the journal entry in case of forfeiture of share which is issued at par. Okay, which is issued at par. Now up to that, have you understood? Sion, up to that, have you understood? Sion, have you understood up to that? Yes, sir. This is very critical. If you have any problem, you can ask me the question. Forfeiture of share, if you understand it, if your concept is clear, then only you can make it in your exam. Otherwise not. If there any problem, why this is debited, why this is credited, what amount is, why this amount is debited, why this amount is credited. If you have any problem, you can ask me now. There is no problem. Okay. Now come to the second. Whenever forfeiture of share which were issued at premium, then what happened? Forfeiture of share in case of premium, then what happened actually? Now, you know, whenever we issue at premium, what account we use in case of premium? That is Securities Premium Reserve account. Okay. Securities Premium Reserve account we use whenever we issue the securities or shares in a premium value. If suppose one share's face value is 10 and rupees 2 is premium, these 2 rupees we actually treated as a Securities Premium Reserve return account. Then in case of forfeiture, what will happen? In case of forfeiture, what will happen? What journal entry we should pass? Issued at premium. Now, premium is never be a right for the shareholder. Premium is never be a right for the shareholder. Now, suppose you have a shares. One shareholder has a 1000 shares at the rate of 10, and after 5 years, one shareholder also purchased the share. Now where from you purchase? He is purchasing from the market. So now the share value is, and he is purchasing the 50 shares at the rate of rupees 100. Now the value of the share is 100. Now there is a 90 rupees premium he is paying. Now which shareholder has more value? Share is not valued with the price. Share is always, we are taking what is the right. The more right of the firm is who is holding larger amount of share, because there is a voting right of equity shareholder. Okay. So he has more right than these 50 shares because he is holding the 1000 share. So securities premium is not a very matter. That is the premium you are paying for the company is taking from you for their reputation, for their demand in the market, but actual value of the share is rupees 10. Okay, so whatever securities premium amount the company received, they transfer to a new account, that is security premium reserve account, that is not increase the capital amount. Okay, they are increasing the capital account. So this is the again a big topic. So we just start this topic from the tomorrow. We learn that, or tomorrow or next day. What is how we will actually, in case of premium share issued with premium, in case of that, if there is a forfeiture of share, what journal entry should be passed. So now we are asking a question, sir, what is the syllabus of accountancy for assessment 2? Now for assessment 2, what will be the syllabus is, that is whatever chapter we have already finished. From my part, we have finished 4th chapter, that is from the total financial analysis of the company, that is company's statement of account, that is balance sheet, profit and loss statement. Second is comparative and common size analysis. Third is accounting ratio. Fourth is cash book, not a cash book, that is cash flow statement. Cash flow statement is there. And another chapter is not for profit organization. Another chapter is not for profit organization. From this 5 chapter, question will become, and you just ask the Vidyut sir, whatever Vidyut sir already completed, from there the question will become. Okay, that is Vidyut sir is, as per I know, the partnership chapters are going on. Maybe these 2 chapter is already finished. 3rd chapter is going on. So you just ask once the Vidyut sir what portion the question will come. Okay, from my point of view, this company issue of shares will not come for assessment 2. Okay, but you should go through the chapter not for profit organization, company statement, that is profit and loss statement, or balance sheet, the format of balance sheet. Now second, this is third is common size and comparative statement. Fourth is accounting ratio. This is very important chapter. Another important chapter is cash flow statement. Okay, from there the question will become, and total question will be 50 marks question will become. There is a 15 marks, there is a 15 question which carried by 2 marks, and others will be 1 marks. Total marks will be 50. Okay. Now when the assessment will be happen, all you know from the website. So don't ask what is the schedule of the examination. You can only say the syllabus. Okay. Have you understood? Sion? Sion, have you understood? Response fast. Sion, have you understood? Okay. So thank you. So this is the end of class for today. Thank you. Continue the next classes.